Welcome to the USWA Broadcast Center. My name is Michael St. John. You know, I've got the feeling with summer coming on, it's going to be a hot summer of action right here in the USWA. Let me give you some examples. First of all, the Southern Rockers have successfully regained the USWA World Tag Team Championship belts. Superstar Bill Dundee and Hollywood John Tatum continue to lock horns, and Tessa seems to be in the middle of that. Jeff Jarrett and Billy Joe Travis, what a tag team they've made, but still in their hair, the Dirty White Boys and Ronnie P. Gossett. And today on the program, one of the most awesome wrestlers I think I've ever seen. We will show you some action involving the Inhuman. All that and much, much more. Stay right where you're at. We'll be here with all the action right after these messages. Ready for action from the USWA. We're going right to Dallas, Texas in the Sportatorium. Greg Johnson joins Percy Pringle in action. Billy Joe Travis and Jeff Jarrett. Take it away, guys.
The boys are back in town. Simply Irresistible Jeff Jarrett and Mr. Hot Property Billy Joe Travis make their way through the fans this morning at the world-famous Sportatorium. And we've just seen one big surprise in a 7-foot-tall giant. That man was huge. He just towered over the other wrestlers there, Craig. The opponents for Billy Joe Travis and Jeff Jarrett, the Convict and Craig Whiteford. You know, Craig, Billy Joe and Jeff Jarrett, they go back a long, long way. They used to tag team very successfully several months ago, and then there was a few problems. They separated, and now they're back together again and hotter than ever. Billy Joe can press a little tune. He's tuned that guitar many a time. I don't know how it ever stays in tune with all the greatest hits that he's had. I understand Fair and Young taught him all he knows. Billy Joe Travis against Craig Whiteford to get things started. Billy Joe Travis locking up. They go back to the ropes. Sends him over. Arm with a reversal by Whiteford. Whiteford, young, up-and-coming grappler here in the USWA. We've seen him on several occasions, and he's getting better and better with each match. Billy Joe Travis getting a little physical here. Sends him into the corner. Clean break. Nope. Oh, a hard right. Yeah, right in the chest to Craig Whiteford. Scratches his back. Craig gets him again. I like my back scratched every now and then, but not like that. No, sir. Billy Joe Travis. Oh, the side suplex. Well done by Billy Joe Travis. Mr. Hot Property struts over to Simply Irresistible, makes that tag, and in comes Jeff Jarrett. Here is Jeff Jarrett asking the fans, do you want to see a right? Says he can't do it, so he goes with a couple twists of that left arm. Oh, nice flip. Working on that left arm with the arm bar. Your referee, Tony Falk, in this event. The Convict yet to see any action, as it's been Craig Whiteford getting a lot of the punishment from Jeff Jarrett and Billy Joe Travis. Look at the mug on that Convict. Lord, I won't be locked up with him anywhere for any period of time. Makes you wonder what he got locked up for. Oh! Nice elbow. I thought I saw him in the post office the other day when I went to mail a letter. I've seen him before. America's Most Wanted, right? I wonder what that number is on his head. I wonder if that's a phone number. Not a zip code, I don't think. Oh, he got the hat. And Billy Joe Travis takes off. Uh-oh. Convict Billy Joe, huh? The Convict quite upset. Oh, and a slap for good measure. And Tony Fox picks up the hat. And a little corporal punishment. What a clothesline. Oh, very nicely done. Jeff Jarrett putting pressure to the upper back and the neck. As it's the Convict who didn't see this much punishment when he was in prison. There's a tag to Convict number 2, I guess, Billy Joe Travis with a hat. How many wrestlers do you see wearing a hat in the ring? Oh, nice neck breaker. Oh, that's real nice. Billy Joe's putting the hat right back on the Convict, right over his face. That's really good. Well, he had the idea. There's a count of 1 and 2. But the Convict kicks out and adds a right for good measure. Convict trying to grab the leg of Billy Joe Travis, but Billy Joe's a little bit ahead of him. Rams his head into the top turnbuckle. Now he takes the hat. Oh, man. There's only one Billy Joe, right, Craig? I'm not going to mention where he put that one. Billy Joe Travis looking for the pile driver. The crowd's telling him to go ahead. They want to see this pile driver. Oh, he changed his mind. The uppercut with a lot of effect on the other side of the head. And now he pulls him over, and a tag to the reunited tag team partners, simply irresistible Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett looking for the suplex, and hello. There's the suplex. Down hard goes the Convict. An elbow. Well placed. Make it 2 times. 3's the charge by Jeff Jarrett. The Convict having trouble keeping his stripes up. And a beautiful drop kick by Jeff Jarrett. There's a count of 1. That's 2. And that will do it. 1, 2, 3. The winner of the match. The winner, Jeff Jarrett and Billy Joe Travis.
Boy, they are one good tag team. Jeff Jarrett, Billy Joe Travis getting their hands raised in victory. A lot more action coming up right after this. Exciting USWA wrestling action returns to the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night. Opening action, Jon Stewart takes on Southern Rocker Rex King. The Inhuman battles Southern Rocker Steve Dahl. The Reaper makes his Evansville debut against Wildside Chris Champion. It's the hair of Phil Dundee versus the Southern title of Hollywood John Tatum. Tessa will be in the corner of John Tatum. And in a big 6-man tag match Wednesday night in Evansville, the Dirty White Boys and their manager Ronnie P. Gossett will battle Jeff Jarrett, Billy Joe Travis, and the modern-day warrior, Terry Von Erich. Wrestling fans in Mitchell, Indiana, the USWA is headed your way Thursday night. Bell time 8 o'clock at the Emerson Gym, Thursday night, June 7th. It's sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Police. Save $1 on advance tickets in Mitchell, Indiana. It's on sale at the police department. And don't miss a minute of the great action this Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum.
Evansville, Indiana. Yeah, you better get ready this week because you're going to see a match as a 6-man tag. And on one side of the ring, it's going to be that fat Ronnie Gossett and his Dirty White Boys. That's right, you heard it right. Ronnie P. Gossett is going to be a member of this match. He's not going to be a manager. He's going to be a wrestler. And myself and Billy Joe Travis, and we're bringing in a guy who's beat Ric Flair for the world, NWA world title. He's held every belt known to man. And I guarantee you one thing, Gossett, you better get ready because he's got something for you.
Well, Ronnie, you want to be a wrestler. You got to interfere in a match. You got to use that big fat belly and splash us. Well, let me tell you something about the man we're bringing in. It's Terry Von Erich. I don't even like him, but he has promised me, and I've promised him we're going to take care of business. Kerry, tell him what you're going to do, pal.
Well, I'll tell you what, something I like even less is Ronnie Gossett. And if it takes a fight, and if it takes me taking you down, I'll take you down deeper than you ever been before in your life. Evansville, we're coming.
Ready.
We're back here at USWA Championship Wrestling. We've got action from the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas coming up. Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony with his manager Ronnie P. Gossett against Chico Torres. Let's go back to Dallas.
Oh, wonderful.
Percy Pringle, let me tell you something, you mentally retarded goof. I've heard your comments over here, and I don't like them. And when I don't like anything, I have a way of getting rid of it. You understand me? So you keep your big, fat mouth closed.
There's one that should talk about fat. That man has got to be the largest, biggest, most grotesque thing I've seen in a long time. And I'm trying to be a nice, objective reporter, and I can't be objective with this man. Here's Chico Torres coming in, the man with a sombrero, ready to take on dirty white boy Tony Anthony. Oh, wonderful, you're back.
Who is this goof we got to wrestle? Can't you get anything any better? The last time I saw him, I ordered 2 tacos and a burrito from him.
You sure it wasn't 3? You know, Craig, at first I kind of thought all these fat remarks was kind of funny. You know, porky, wide load, and all this stuff. I think they're hilarious. You know, he's not the only one that's fat. There's a lot of fat Americans today. You know, I'm not going to say anything. I'm kind of overweight myself. But this man has feelings, too. You know, don't you think his feelings gets hurt and these people are constantly calling him names and everything? But why do you think people go to the gym? Why do you think people get themselves in shape? All of us can't get to the gym all the time. Oh, come on. Everybody can make time to go to the gym.
Let me tell you something. I like this conspiracy the USWA has got against Ronnie Gossett. What are you out to do? Assassinate fat people? That's all you need to do. They tell me I have to get in that ring or I will be suspended. And I've got 2 chances, slim and none. If I don't get in the ring, my big fat butt is out of Texas. Well, let me tell you something. I'll be more than happy to get in that ring because I'll be well protected all night long. And you can take that to the bank, Chops.
Slim is one chance I don't think describes this man. Let's lay off the comment. Okay, let's get to the match. Tony Anthony gets Chico Torres in a beautiful splash by Chico with a count of 1, but the dirty white boy. Tony Anthony, a man working without a partner, depending upon whether he's injured or sick or none of my business, according to the rotund one, Ronnie P. You know, Craig, Chico Torres is from a wrestling family himself. He has 3 uncles that were well-renowned wrestlers in the 50s and 60s. Enrique Torres was just one, Ramon Torres. He's a very, very talented professional. But right now, it's Tony Anthony with the arm, twisting it. And the elbow doesn't take a lot of pressure. Take it from someone who chipped his elbow back in high school playing basketball. It's hurt ever since, and you got to know that with this man, that's the way to get out of it. Chico Torres with a pretty flip and a nice kick. Here comes the Gossett warning, warning, warning. He's right behind you. You don't have to warn me, I can smell it coming. Chico Torres, look at disbelief, and there he is, the rotund one in the background. Oh, yes.
You can tell these are your fans. I can smell them all the way over here. Janitoring the drum wouldn't help their cause.
I wonder what his fragrance is. Tony Anthony. Oh, nice reversal by Chico Torres. But then Anthony grabs the arm and pulls him over. So Mr. Gossett wouldn't elaborate where the other dirty white boy was, huh? Now, I'd like to know. Ronnie P. having trouble hearing things. It's amazing our cameraman Oz can even shoot around that thing. Here's Tony Anthony. He sends Torres into the ropes. A leapfrog. On the clothesline. It looked like a double clothesline, but the dirty white boy, Tony Anthony, taking charge there. And a headbutt. Going for the suplex. And he nailed it. Count of 1. There's 2. And a kick out. There's a lot of large people in this building, Craig. You know that? Including myself. I'm large. There's a lot of large people in here. Just look around. Yeah, but not like Ronnie P. Gossett. Lay off the fat joke. Now, this is different. What was that? He took his shoe off. He took him in the head. Look at him strutting around. The odor might have killed Torres, but the shoe did more damage. And an elbow by Tony Anthony, the dirty white boy. While we have an opportunity, let's take a timeout and be back with more of this action in a moment.
Exciting USWA wrestling action returns to the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night. Opening action, John Stewart takes on Southern Rocker Rex King. The Inhuman battles Southern Rocker Steve Dahl. The Reaper makes his Evansville debut against Wildside Chris Champion. It's the hair of Bill Dundee versus the Southern title of Hollywood John Tatum. Tessa will be in the corner of John Tatum. And in a big six-man tag match Wednesday night in Evansville, the Dirty White Boys and their manager Ronnie P. Gossett will battle Jeff Jarrett, Billy Joe Travis, and the modern-day warrior, Terry Von Erich. Wrestling fans in Mitchell, Indiana, the USWA is headed your way Thursday night. Bell time 8 o'clock at the Emerson Gym, Thursday night, June 7th. It's sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Police. Save $1 on advance tickets in Mitchell, Indiana. It's on sale at the police department. And don't miss a minute of the great action this Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum.
Boots. Those boots look like they're just regular work boots, and those would hurt you when they hit you. Those aren't wrestling boots.
No, they look like motorcycle boots to me.
But I guess a Dirty White Boy's not going to come in any Reeboks, is he, Craig? I might consider it, but I'm not wrestling.
You're not a Dirty White Boy either, are you?
Not that I know of. Oh, knee to the head.
Gossett alert, Gossett alert.
Hey, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, you're looking at the greatest wrestler in the world today. Under the leadership, the tutorage of Ronnie Gossett. The Dirty White Boys, get used to it. Learn to live with it because you got it. That goes for you too, fat boy.
Well, I might want to take back some of the comments I made about obese people. Let me just sit on that a while.
But that was the pot calling the kettle black.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Nothing personal.
Look at this. He does it again. Right behind referee Tony Falk's back. He grabs Torres' hair and punches him right in the face.
Ronnie P. has got to be happy with himself. There's Chico Torres is taking the worst of it. There's, the Dirty White Boys setting him up. Power slam to the mat. There's one. And Chico Torres kicks out. That will put most wrestlers out, and maybe out for a little while longer.
Just when you think Mr. Torres is down, he kicks out. He's a tough competitor. Oh, look at that high knee lift by the Dirty White Boy. Of course, there's Ronnie Gossett over the corner leading him on, cheering him on.
Chico Torres. And Tony, there's a chop. One more time. 3 times. Followed up by a choke.
He has got red welts all over his chest.
And now Ronnie P. Gossett grabs the foot, twisting the knee, and Torres goes down. He was twisting that ankle so the knee is somewhat weakened. Oh! The forehead to the mat. Tony Anthony, quite proud of himself, to the rope he goes, and Chico Torres gets the leg up. He's got the power on the comeback trail. Torres with a series of lights. 4 times now. A drop kick by Torres. Anthony on the retreat. To the corner he goes. Torres goes up, but doesn't come down. He rolls it up. He's using the rope. His feet are on the rope, man.
Dirty White Boy, one tough customer. Of course, when you've got that edge in your corner, I'm talking about Ronnie P. Gossett, that sort of tips the scales, if you know what I mean. We've got more USWA action. We'll be introducing the Inhuman in just a few minutes. Keep it where you got it. Let's take this break. One of the most awesome individuals. I mean, this person he's huge. And you're fixing to see him right now. We're going to Memphis, Tennessee. Dave Brown standing by a match involving the Inhuman. Take it away, Dave.
Keith Haynes standing in the ring right now, waiting his opponent, Inhuman, who we saw for the first time, I believe it was a week ago here on, there he is, on Championship Wrestling. He's huge. He's mean. He heads into the ring right now. Keith Haynes eyeing him cautiously. Bell sounds, and here we go with a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. Whoa, Inhuman. Wasting no time, grabbing Keith Haynes and just throwing him back in the ring. That huge forearm. This guy's a giant. There he is. Hammers him down to the mat again with a forearm. Picks him up. Keith Haynes had his hair pulled, fired into the ropes, and Inhuman runs head-on into him and knocks him down to the mat again. Back on the ropes. Inhuman nailing him. Powers him into the turnbuckles. Oh, my goodness. And then went in there after him. Keith Haynes thrown back out in the center of the ring. Inhuman drops down on him. This is it. Count is 3. Not much doubt about it when Inhuman hit him that last time as he dropped down on him that he was all over. Haynes thrown out of the ring down onto the floor. And Inhuman stalks through the ropes and heads back toward the dressing room area. There's Keith Haynes right there after being just manhandled by Inhuman. 53 seconds the time on it, and the victory for Inhuman.
Don't say I didn't tell you. The Inhuman is going to be one tough customer that a lot of USWA wrestling stars are going to have to face before it's all over with, I guarantee you. I see in Dallas, Texas, coming down the aisle, scheduled for an interview, Hollywood John Tatum. He's got the lovely Tessa with him. Let's go to Dallas and see what he has to say.
The Southern Heavyweight Champion, Hollywood John Tatum, with the lovely Tessa. And we welcome Mr. Tatum to ringside. Now, as a reporter, and that's why they hired me for this job, because I am a reporter, seems to me that there might be a little friction between you and Tessa. Now, wait a minute. Last night, wait a minute. Last night, against Bill Dundee, you looked over at Miss Tessa, wanted to get something from her, and it seemed that maybe I ought to ask Tessa about this. There was a little hesitation. Tessa, is there some hesitation when there comes to Bill Dundee?
No, I love Johnny.
And let me tell you something, Clark Kent look-alike. The reason you got this job is because of me, and just as fast, I'll have your fatty out of here. I run a few things here in Dallas. I didn't just walk in here. I earned my spot, and I earned that. And let me tell you that. Superstar Bill Dundee, it don't take an idiot to figure out you're in this thing for a little more than the Southern Heavyweight Championship. You're letting a woman get to you, son. She hasn't got to me because I know she loves me. The Bill Dundee, usually when a man's short and a man is small and skinny, he has to make up for it in some other means. He has to be a little faster. He has to be a little smarter. Bill Dundee, I started wrestling you 3 weeks ago, and I was surprised. You were fast. You were fast as lightning. And you know what else? I thought you were smart. But what you've done, idiots, is you've let this woman take and put your beautiful hair. I say it again, Bill Dundee. Your hair is pretty. You're going to put your hair. You're going to shave your head bald for this woman just to have a shot at something so simple. Bill Dundee, no man shaves his head for a wrestling belt. I'm not an idiot. You're shaving your head for this woman, and by God, you see, if your hair was down to here, Tessa wouldn't give a darn about you. Now, if your head's shaved, what do you think she's going to care about you then, idiot?
Why don't we ask her? Or do you want to talk about it?
I already told you I love Johnny.
And that's all you need to know.
Hollywood John Tatum with some work.
Get my opponent down here and let me put the fear of God in him like I'm going to put the fear of God in you, Baldy Dundee.
A visit from Hollywood John Tatum and Percy Pringle. That's another job I'm glad you had, Craig. A Clark Kent look-alike? Come on. He spits when he talks. Do you know that? That's what that is. I thought you were taking a shower out there or something. Mark Snowball steps into the ring to go against the toast of the coast, Hollywood John. Tessa is lovely, but what she sees in Hollywood John Tatum, there she is. You know, Tatum said that he don't understand why superstar Bill Dundee would shave his head for something simple as a belt. Let me tell you what, that Southern Heavyweight Championship is one of the most prestigious trophies in our sport today, Craig. And it means a lot to superstar Bill Dundee. He's defended that title all around the country. And he's not going to let something like Hollywood John Tatum throw a wrench into his machine. But, Percy, you were here last night. You saw the hesitation in Tessa's eyes. It took an awful lot for her to throw, or actually, she didn't even take the Hollywood John Tatum took the purse from her forcefully. We're used to seeing Tessa throw stuff up to him. But, you know, she looks different this morning than she did last night. Remember last night I made a comment that she looked kind of stoic or something. She wasn't the regular look she had. She looks different when he's wrestling somebody else besides superstar Bill Dundee. Am I right, or am I just seeing things? Well, she looked just plain scared last night, and, well, she looks quite lovely this evening. Maybe infatuation getting the best of me. Here's Hollywood John Tatum with a full Nelson. Full Nelson. Are you starting a wrestling for yourself? I've been in the sport for 15 years, Mr. Johnson. Here. Fair enough. Here's Hollywood John Tatum marking. Snowball down, and I thought he might have had a grab of the tights there. Tatum going against Snowball. Look at Tessa over there just leaning on the ring post with that smug look on his face as Snowball makes an attempt to bring down the toast of the coast. And Hollywood John Tatum just cowering there. He's a master playing possum. You think he's down, but he's not down. He'll come right back. See what I mean? See what I mean? Big right hand from the Hollywood man, John Tatum. Oh, that quick left jab. He looks like he hurt his hand a little bit on that point. Hollywood John Tatum going for the suplex. He sets Snowball up. High, ooh, snap suplex. Very well done. There's a count of 1, 2. Ooh, a kick out. I don't think John Tatum had all his energy in that cover. If he wanted to take that fall, he could have just took it. I think he wants to just to get a little bit more injury to young Mr. Snowball. Oh, what a clothesline by Hollywood John Tatum. You don't suppose he had the face and the hair of Bill Dundee on his mind? I'm sure Bill Dundee is on his mind 24 hours a day. Outside of the ring goes Mark Snowball. And there he is. That brings a smile from Miss Tessa's face this morning. Hollywood steps out of the ring. Goes around Miss Tessa. Looks like he's going to grab Snowball again. Wow! I felt that vibration over here. They could have had a crowd mic out with Video Bob and our production truck, and you still would have heard that. Oh, there's Tessa. Oh, my. And she is smiling. And so is Hollywood John Tatum, the toast of the coast, the Hollywood man. He knows what he's doing when it comes down to the squared circle. I wouldn't trust Tatum. Oh, and that's why. Mark Snowball singing soprano, quite possibly, for the next couple days. He's a master of these dirty tricks. There's no doubt about that. We've known Hollywood John Tatum for a long, long time. He's been with some of the most beautiful women in the sport. Missy Hyatt, Dark Journey, the list goes on, and now he has the beautiful Tessa in his corner. But I've got to say, Tessa is just so lovely. Oh, isn't that sweet? John Tatum with an inspiration kiss from Tessa. And now going to work on the neck. He says, I'll show you. What's he going to show us? The body now? Okay, we're impressed. Now what you going to show us? Tessa throws the purse in. There wasn't any hesitation there at all, was there? The purse is coming, and you got to wonder. It's an awfully big purse. You got to wonder what's in there. Oh, super kick. His version of Chris Adams' kick. That cravat kick to the chin. Look at that smile. Oh, there's the count of 3. Up to the backside.
Coast to the coast, Hollywood John Tatum.
The toast of the coast. Next, he'll be calling himself the living legend, Hollywood John Tatum. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when he and superstar Billy Dundee lock up horns again. Let's take a break. More USWA action coming up next. Exciting USWA wrestling action returns to the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night. Opening action, Jon Stewart takes on Southern Rocker Rex King. The Inhuman battles Southern Rocker Steve Dahl. The Reaper makes his Evansville debut against Wildside Chris Champion. It's the hair of Bill Dundee versus the Southern title of Hollywood John Tatum. Tessa will be in the corner of John Tatum. And in a big 6-man tag match Wednesday night in Evansville, the Dirty White Boys and their manager Ronnie P. Gossett will battle Jeff Jarrett, Billy Joe Travis, and the modern-day warrior, Terry Von Erich. Wrestling fans in Mitchell, Indiana, the USWA is headed your way Thursday night. Bell time 8 o'clock at the Emerson Gym, Thursday night, June 7th. It's sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Police. Save $1 on advance tickets in Mitchell, Indiana. It's on sale at the police department. And don't miss a minute of the great action this Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum.
Jeff Jarrett, Billy Travis, there's nothing you won't do. You go out and you bring in this big super jock, Kerry Von Erich. I mean, I would be in the Olympics except for my heart condition, and I would be a great athlete, but that's beside the point. Kerry Von Erich, you're good. You've been the former world heavyweight champion. I won't take nothing away from you. And if I stood here and said I wasn't afraid, I'd be lying. But let me tell you this, I'm a manager, not a wrestler. I surround myself with top talent. And if you think I'm going to get in there and go toe-to-toe with you, Von Erich, you're insane. I'm going to stand right behind my white boys, and believe you me, they'll protect Ronnie P. Tell them, Tony.
You know, Jeff Jarrett and Billy Joe Travis, apparently you couldn't get the job done. So you have to call on Von Erich. Known worldwide, one of the top athletes in the world today. Well, Von Erich, I'm no stranger to you, baby. We've locked horns before. So all you have to do, you come on down and you help your 2 little punks out. Because, baby, it's going to be me and you, eye to eye, toe-to-toe in that ring, Von Erich.
You're watching the USWA Broadcast Network. Superstar Bill Dundee is standing by for an interview in Dallas, Texas. Let's go and see what Bill has to say about an upcoming match he's got with Hollywood John Tatum.
And I hate to use that term, Bill, but former and maybe future Southern heavyweight champion, superstar Bill Dundee.
Just let me clarify a couple of little things. Till I saw the film, I never realized that she wasn't going to give him that purse. Now, Hollywood John Tatum, let me clarify this too. I never volunteered for this hair match. You're the one that went to the USWA and said, if Dundee's going to wrestle me, I want something up, brother. And you come up with a stipulation of the hair. Now I figured it all out, brother. The first time I kissed Tessa, it was just to kind of make you a little mad. It was a little game, brother. But she kissed me back, sport. She kissed me back. And I don't know about Tessa for sure, but there was a little bell went off in Bill Dundee's head. You know what I mean, the rockets and the bells. I really enjoyed it. And the second time I kissed her, I really felt it. And I feel that she felt it, brother. And I think you know that she knows that she likes me, because it's you that wants to try to beat me to make me bald-headed. It is you that wants the hair up. Well, brother, that is never going to happen. Oh, it's going on the line next week, and I go to wrestle you. And I'm going to take the belt. And little Miss Pretty Tessa, baby, if you just give me a little sign and you want to be rescued from that idiot, I'm the white little knight on the white horse to do it. So if you just give me a little note, call me up or something, I will rescue you from Hollywood John Tatum. And this is going to happen next week, Tatum. I'm going to put my hair on the line. I'm going to wrestle you. I'm going to beat you. I'm getting my belt back. And little Miss Tessa, I'm going to kiss you, and maybe we'll just leave together. Thank you.
Superstar Bill Dundee. We're going to see the superstar in action. And Percy, another situation that may get out of hand quite soon. The superstar Bill Dundee. So there's more to this than meets the eye. He says fireworks went off, and she kissed him back. This is going to be something to watch, Craig. We're waiting on superstar Bill Dundee's opponent to make his way to ringside here this morning on Championship Sports, KTVT, right here in the heart of the Metroplex, Dallas, Texas. Radical Ralph, the opponent for superstar Bill Dundee, and here's an ornery character coming down the aisle. Radical Ralph. Now, speaking of a man with his head shaved, except this was by choice. Superstar Bill Dundee may have no choice when it comes to a match with Hollywood John Tatum. If Tatum gets the victory, Dundee is shaved bald. Like I said before, this championship means a lot to the superstar. He's willing to do anything, and he's proven it by putting up his hair. And now we see that there's a little something going between him and Tessa. It sure looks like that. And I was standing there right when Tessa says, I still love John Tatum, but there was still a hesitation in her eye. I could see it there. Maybe I read people extraordinarily well, but seems that she might have something for superstar Bill Dundee. Still to come on tonight's edition, we have the situation between Kerry Von Erich and Matt Bourne. We still need to address that one. That one's so out of hand, even the building couldn't hold it. Backdrop of superstar Bill Dundee, who goes for the cover. Radical Ralph managed to kick out, flying there. Now the superstar plants his boots right in the chest of the Radical One. Superstar Bill Dundee makes up for his lack of size with a lot of speed, but when he puts all his weight into a jump like that, you know it's got to hurt the sternum area. No doubt about that. There goes that boot right against the head of the Radical Ralph. Bill Dundee survives the shot to the midsection and adds a boot to the balded side of the head of Radical Ralph. Dundee may be wondering if he's going to look a little bit like Radical Ralph, except he won't have the mohawk on the top, unless, of course, John Tatum wants to humiliate him by leaving a mohawk there. He said it's not going to be just a crew cut. He's going to shave him down to the bare skin. That's going to be something to see. A boot to the side of the head. And Bill Dundee, man, I would have to say quite proud of his looks and doesn't want to lose that hair, but here Tatum says that Dundee called for the hair match because he wants the Southern title so much, but Dundee has a different story. Not only is he proud of his hair, he's proud of his heritage. A man from the land down under, the pride of Sydney, Australia. Bill Dundee eyeing Radical Ralph. A go behind and very nicely done. Scientific moves by a man who knows quite a bit of scientific wrestling. Superstar Bill Dundee. Nothing scientific about that slap, however. He's trying to infuriate Radical Ralph. There's no doubt about that. He's trying to make Radical Ralph wrestle a little bit. Of course, that's the name of the game, professional wrestling. When you see it on the marquee, you're guaranteed the best, especially in the USWA. A series of boots and hands, and now the double hand. I don't know if Bill Dundee wants to wake Radical Ralph up or get him mad, but Dundee getting ready to take charge, but now Radical Ralph with a series of blows that have no effect, and all of a sudden Dundee with a headbutt, sending right to the canvas, right out to the floor of the world-famous auditorium. He staggers over here by our table. Bill Dundee's got his eyes on him. He's just waiting for him to step right back in through the rope. Ralph slowly makes his way. The Radical One staggered a little bit. He of the neon pants and laces. Superstar Bill Dundee. Make a wish. Oh, spinning toe hold. Well done. Superstar Bill Dundee wearing down that knee. I have to say, Craig, that you're fairly new here with the USWA. It seems like you've been watching wrestling for a long, long time. You know all your holds. There's no doubt about that. I dad used to kid me that I watched too much professional wrestling. I said, I will use it someday, and now I'm proving it. Sure, it's a pleasure to have you here with us. Well, it's nice to be here, Percy. And hopefully see a lot more of you in the weeks to come. Flying mayor about the superstar. Superstar Bill Dundee. Oh, that's got to hurt the neck, if not the chin. Bill Dundee just totally wearing out Radical Ralph. I'll tell you what, he's going to have a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. There's no doubt about that. Bill Dundee has worked on his leg, he's worked on his arm, he's worked on his head. You're right, he's wearing this boy out. Wakes him up with a slap, sends him to the rope. And a sleeper! The superstar sleeper! And Radical Ralph may have no chance of getting up from this one. Superstar has him down to the mat with a superstar sleeper. There's referee Bronco Lubitz checking once, twice. He's gone.
Superstar Bill Dundee.
Boy, there's one thing about it. When you're in the ring with superstar Bill Dundee, you're in there with a live alligator. He just gets better and better with time. We're ready to go to Memphis, Tennessee. I see the Southern Rockers are coming into the studio. They're the brand new USWA World Tag Team Champions. They've got a matchup coming. Dave Brown, take it away.
The Rockers head into the ring, and we've got a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match that we're just about to get underway here as Mike Awesome and the Reaper will be on one side of the ring. Rex King and Steve Dahl, the Southern Rockers, on the other. Referee Jerry Calhoun calls for the bell, and it's Mike Awesome starting against Steve Dahl as we are underway. Awesome ties it up with Dahl, backs him into the ring, into the turnbuckles. Whoa, takes a haymaker swing, but Steve Dahl had ducked out of the way, and Mike Awesome hits nothing but the air. Steve Dahl backs to his corner, makes the tag on his partner, Rex King. Rex came in with that right forearm, fires Awesome into the rope, catches it with a good upper arm coming back. Awesome. Not out of it himself, though. He comes back with a right hand, a double fist, and answered with a doubled up fist by Rex King. King makes the tag. Steve Dahl in. Steve Dahl, Mike Awesome. This is the way the match started. Awesome picks Dahl up and drops him straight back. How do you like that, says Awesome. Comes down with a telephone pole broad arm across the back. Steve Dahl fired into the ropes. Dumped over the back by Mike Awesome. Steve Dahl, who had things under control, in trouble here, but trying to come back and take the match over again against Mike Awesome. Going toe-to-toe. Staggered Awesome a little bit. He was shaking ahead to clear the cobwebs and did so enough to turn and tag his partner, the Reaper. Good move for Awesome. You got to give him that. That's well, it's a tag match. You got a partner there. Both of you participate in the match, and you got a better chance of winning than if one guy tries to win it himself. Rex King in now against the Reaper. Boy, this Reaper is tough, too. A suplex by the Reaper. Rex King turns, nails Mike Awesome. Awesome had hit him from behind. And Rex King turned and nailed him. Rockers over to the corner, make a tag. Steve Dahl will be coming back in. Rex King fires him into the ropes. And they catch him with the double coming off of there. There's a cover by Steve Dahl. 1, 2, 3. The Rockers get themselves into the victory. 2 minutes, 30 seconds of action.
Steve Dahl and Rex King, put them together. They're the Southern Rockers, and they are the USWA World Tag Team Champions. Good to see them back with the belts around their waist. We've got a break. More USWA action is coming up. We're going right back to Dallas, Texas. Steve Austin and the lovely Jean coming to the ring. They've got a matchup coming. Take it away, Greg and Percy.
Stunning starring Steve Austin taking on James Raff in this match on Championship Sports. I'm so glad that you had that job, Craig. I didn't want to be over there whatsoever. I just wanted to sit right here and watch from afar. Well, I was doing my best to take the microphone to Miss Jeannie, but she had a few words to say to her. Did she say that she might even write a book about Chris Adams? Is that what she said? Talk about kiss and tell. Apparently, what's going on these days? You know, all this kiss and tell stuff. I don't know. The pupil of Chris Adams with a suplex to James Raff. And an elbow. Twice for good measure. But you know, Craig, Chris Adams says that he didn't teach this young gentleman right here everything that he knows. That he kept a few secrets of the sport from him. And I don't think that the people are ever going to understand the secret, if I say so. Well, got a lot of cases of people turning on people, and we'll talk to Kerry Von Erich about the situation with Matt Bourne a little bit later tonight. Power slam by the stunning one. That was awesome. This ring just jumped about 3 or 4 inches when Raff hit that canvas. You know, not only does Austin have Chris Adams' ex-wife in his corner, I understand he's wearing Chris Adams' wrestling boots. He still owes Chris Adams back tuition from the wrestling school. It's just not enough. I don't know what I'd do if I was in Chris Adams' shoes. You're not, and Steve Austin is. James Raff fighting back a little bit. But to no avail. Austin comes in with a hard knee right into the midsection, has his back in right in the turnbuckle. Austin is a mammoth individual who I did not want to try to tussle with. There's a beautiful spinning suplex. Austin, get ready. Here's Chris Adams. Chris Adams in the ring. He snuck it from behind. We didn't see him coming. Nobody seen him coming. I believe the St. Jean did. He's got Austin shooting into the rope. Comes down. A hard clothesline by the gentleman. Gentlemen, Chris Adams taking charge. And now Austin starting to come back. Austin with a series of rights, but there's Chris Adams with a series of his own. Jeannie very discouraged. Her man is going down to the heads of her former man. This large crowd this morning at the Sportatorium is on their feet as Chris Adams is like he's prepared to deliver his patented super kick. Here it comes, super kick. Oh, no, top rope on the heartbreak floor. Oh, boy. Stunning Steve Austin. Look at Gene. He's coming too soon now. Talk about a man who is stunned. Watch out. Adams may take it outside. He's going out off the apron with a clothesline. Unbelievable person. Yes, I know. He has him by the hair. He's looking for a place to place that hand. Going right to the chair. The chair broke in two. That chair's not supposed to fold that way. Vintage Chris Adams, there's no doubt about that. Adams with some words for the lovely but dangerous Jeannie. And now Adams taking Austin over towards Jeannie. Oh, but Austin sends him into the post. Chris's shoulder went right into that steel ring post. Austin pounding him. Putting those boots right on the back of his hand. There's a hard right to the chin. Is somebody going to come down and stop this, or are they going to have to settle it on their own? Jeannie's smiling now. Look over there with that grin. Austin taking charge on gentlemen. Chris Adams, and here comes Jeannie. Oh, no, not this again. Jeannie slapped Chris Adams yesterday, and now... Oh, no. The gentleman just hits his head back. Now Jeannie making a retreat. Austin making a quick exit. Chris Adams coming after a chair.
Michael St. John back at the USWA Broadcast Center. If you've enjoyed the action today on television, think about it at the arena. You'll love it. Superstar Bill Dundee and Hollywood John Tatum, they're going to lock it up. Billy Joe Travis and Jeff Jarrett, their feud continues with the Dirty White Boys. Southern Rockers, good to see the belts around their waist, and don't miss seeing the Inhuman. This is one big individual. We're out of time. We'll see you next week. We'll join you then on USWA Wrestling.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.